Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I'm going to expand further, or more or less an update of what is happening to my beloved F15 X5 40E hybrid. So in fact, I did send this car when I was away to Korea. Well, if you want to watch that Korea trip, is in my channel anyway, since this channel is a bit of hybrid, is comprised of my family holidays and of course my cars. Today is a good weather, it's a bit gloomy or more or less cloudy, so not so shiny. That's why I take this time to record this video. So in fact, before I went to my Korea trip, I sent in my X5 to my foreman in Bandar Saweh to check on two things. Basically is to fix the windshield wiper fluid which keep draining out. In fact, this is one of a common problem which I was told by my foreman, is the pump tends to leak. So this pump is on the right hand side which I'm sitting, as this is a right hand drive car for those who are listening from other countries, especially from US. So they have to remove the fender. It's quite a tedious job to do it. Anyway, I got it sorted out. Another issue is on the rear wheel bearing. So there is a sound coming out due to the bearing friction. The wheel bearing sound is only audible when I'm driving very slow and with my windows down and in hybrid or more or less in electric mode. This grinding sound, I think it was a bearing issue, so I got my left and right replaced, including the hub as well. Basically, this is not a very expensive part. It cost me about 1,000 ringgit each just to replace the left and right. The right hand side on my rear is very audible. The left hand side does have a sound, but it's not that audible. But according to my foreman, it's about time already. So I got both replaced, and I was told this is not a common issue for F15 X5, but this is a very common issue for the F30, the 3 Series. He told me this is the first car he's seen failure on the F15 for his workshop. So I guess I'm the first for that. So during that time, I did highlight to my foreman I have an issue with my charging system. I'm unable to charge using the plug-in method, but the car is charging fine when it's driving. Meaning by driving is that the car will self-charge without any issues, including brake regeneration, and also when I put it in sports mode, it tends to charge the car battery very aggressively. So that is fine. The only thing is not working is I charge it from an external port, which when I'm pulling electricity from the grid. Now, if you are new to this channel or you haven't followed up with my previous issues, I'm going to link that old video up here so you guys can check that and also understand the flow more or less. So initially I thought my EVSE was having the problem, so I did use a 3-pin plug. Sorry, the dog is barking like crazy because the mailman is here, more or less the delivery man is here. So initially when I was trying to charge, I thought it was my EVSE box having a problem, because prior to that there was a slight burn on the isolator. If you want to know that, I will link the video up again so you guys can understand the flow of my journey. Then I did try to plug it on the 3-pin plug as well. It didn't work. Still having an error. That is when I told my foreman, hey, might as well you check what is going on with my charging system. So my foreman very upfront told me that he's not very familiar with all these things, so he get a specialist who are very familiar in all this electrical stuff, especially regarding all the hybrid system and all the EV cars. So that guy came, checked, and do diagnostic. He found out that my charging port is faulty. So after that, he did a test again, and he found out not only my charging port is faulty, one of the component module is also faulty. So I have to change that. I was told that the cost for this module is about around 8,000 ish. So he told me if I can source another one cheaper, he can install it for me. So that is the problem now. It's going to cost me 8,000 ringgit. So now my issue is whether should I replace that module. If I don't replace that module, I won't be able to charge using the external port, meaning this is no longer a PHEV. It's no longer a plug-in hybrid. It will be more or less a mild hybrid in a sense. So in terms of the gas mileage, I won't be able to do much saving compared to a petrol car. So the good news is I'm still able to drive this car like a normal petrol car or a mild hybrid. I'm no longer able to plug in to charge this car via the external port, so I won't be able to get the great fuel saving like I used to get in my old videos where I'm posting 3,000 kilometers or 4,000 kilometers of fuel saving. The thing is, I drive a lot of short distance due to my work, so I don't know whether this car is worth that much to me now. as per previously. I'm still considering whether what I should do with this car, but unfortunately due to the resale market of this X5, it really goes down the drain. I believe also it's probably due to the fact that this is a very ladylike car with a lot of problems. That's the reason why a lot of people buying used, they are quite reluctant to grab one of these, even though now they are selling around 110 to 120,000 ringgit. If I tell you, when I bought this car 1.5 years ago, it was 185,000 ringgit. In fact, in the short span of 1.5 years, I lost about 70,000 ringgit, which is crazy. So if you are looking for X5 40E or 2017 or 2018 model, I think you can get them for 110 to 120,000, which is damn cheap. But then again, I cannot guarantee you in the next 1 year it's going to drop below like 60,000, 50,000, who knows. It could be, there is a very high chance. Now the conclusion is I'm still debating whether I should replace the module. I'm going to share the part number for the module on the screen. So it's getting hot now. I'm going to close this window. The reason my module got fried is because of one thing. The F15 X5 model doesn't have a fuse to actually stop the current from burning the electronics when you're trying to charge from external source. Now this model, it has a management system, a software based. What it does, if there's any spike, it will cut the power off. But unfortunately, it's not doing its job very well. So I did ask the question, what about the newer model BMW X5, the G05? He said, yes, that one is pretty much fine. They have a fuse built in to protect the electronic components in the car. Unfortunately for us, the F15 owners, if there's any spike of draw or power, if the electronic system, the software base did not detect it or fail to detect it, you're going to have your module burn. The one I got burned is a cheaper one, which is cost about 8,000 ringgit. What this do is actually, this is the AC-DC converter. They have two modules. This one is a cheaper one. There's another one is going to cost about 28,000 ringgit. And he told me there's a lot of clients that got that burn, the 28,000 module burn. So he told me that I got lucky. Further elaborate on the newer model hybrid system, they have the fuse which costs about 600 ringgit. So if that's an issue, the fuse will actually do its job by cutting power and break it. So at least the newer model have those protection, unlike the old one. So I thought that I did share how I drive the car, how I get the fuel saving. So he told me this car is not meant for that. Might as well get the EV car. So at that point, I did realize that, okay, maybe he's right. You can still charge the car, but not do it that frequently like what I'm doing. So that defeats the purpose of a plug-in hybrid. Personally, that's my opinion. Other than that, if you own an F15 X5, do not charge the car frequently like I do. If you drive the car like just normal vehicle, I think you're fine. Personally, now if you ask me from my personal experience, I would just drive the car like a normal car. So that's all my take for this episode. And the conclusion is, I'm still deciding if I should spend my money buying that ECU so I can do the plug-in hybrid again. But I'll leave that on the next video. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.